Grown men was crying, including me. So, yeah, it meant that we can get there. We could, with hard work, African Americans could actually get to any place or any level in this nation. He talked about his humble beginnings. Out there organizing in the streets of Chicago, and then connecting with the people. It's not only was it dangerous, but it's just hard work, and so I'm a better team player to city government now because of President Obama. So I'm not the radical person that I used to be when I got to talk to the mayor or the city manager or the police chief or the fire chief. So now I try to sit down and let's have conversation. So it's not so much about me trying to win, but how do we move the train together? So, yeah, democracy, affordable health care, and integrity. Integrity. We had no scandals with, by God's grace, with President Obama. He was a man of integrity.
I was raised without a father. I was raised in a very close-knit family, but very maternal. Lots of aunts, grandma around, loving grandpa and uncles. Um, but what Obama has been a symbol has he's been a father, he's been a mentor, um, he's been a sign of hope, and and I thank him for that. And
Or were you inspired by him in that regard?
absolutely inspired. I was on fire. Um, what inspired me the most, I know that I was going to be on a similar path. I knew that I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to help my community. I knew that no matter where I moved from, that Tacoma was now my home and I needed to make a difference here. Um, I also knew about some of the times he had fallen and stumbled, and he was a real person. And so that let me know that I can make a difference, even if I've made mistakes, even if I haven't been on the perfect trajectory.
Because part of the grant for AFC is really about being able to teach folks how to advocate for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
And that's what
even though,
African American legislative do. So
absolutely.
yeah, I'm going to be hopeful. His farewell address reminded me of what I learned 8 years ago when he came into office, when I was in AmeriCorps. It reminded me that I can be the change that I want to see. And I've been shying away from running for office. But he said, you get tired, you fed up, get you a clipboard and go do something. So just really holding on to that.
It's awakened my love for, or yearning to learn more about politics. It's made me identify more with people in the political world, and it's made me want to learn more about not just the people in it, but the policies that they're passing, the things that affect me.
So he broke a barrier, and me being from where I am in Tacoma, Washington, you don't see a whole bunch of black African-American men be successful in that light. So when Obama, won the presidency, I was really released. I felt released. I felt relieved. Just to it kind of enlightened me that I can pretty much do anything. It's really no barrier.
I feel like Obama is a great example to people like us. We're pretty young right now, and we're trying to pursue or trying to make this kind of future. He made a future for himself, from the start. His education background, he's a charismatic person. He's kept that all through his presidency, which has made us more engaged in what he says.
Right.
And he has made changes in equality, and he's made us embrace each other, regardless of race or color. He's taught us that we all need each other, no matter what.
I optimistic for the future of this country. Yes, I'm optimistic for this presidency. I mean, I don't know. I've had a lot of problems with Trump's words and the people that support him's words and ideologies, and not you're a Republican or you're conservative and everything you say I hate. It's when people say racist, like they're rapists, they're bringing their rapists and whatever. And when people talk about just like building a wall to keep everybody out and
Optimistic for the country, I will say yes, because that's the way that our democracy works. We always have change. Um, for Trump, I worry because I don't know what it could end up as. Barack was very charismatic. He could kind of address any situation. I remember he was at one of his rallies, and there was like protesters, and he didn't ask for them to be kicked out. He simply said, hold on, I hear what you're saying," and then he addressed it. Now, when you have Mr. Trump, last night I was watching CNN, and he was at one of his press conferences, and there was a reporter trying to talk to him, ask him a question, totally disregarded the man. It's his job to report. It's his job to
automatically called him fake news.
pretty much get the juice. It's his job to ask questions. Trump totally disregarded him and tried to get someone else to speak.
Like, okay, he has like companies he owns, right? And if you want to mix if the presidency with that, it's not really gonna go together. It's gonna
Business,
clash.
politics, business.
Yeah, he has to choose one thing
Two different spectrums.
and stick with it, because like running a country is not a business. It means so much to people. You gotta govern your people and think about them. Think what their needs are and like address them. Not just use your own thinking or like lean to your own understanding and disregarding everyone else's.